Hi, my name is Erica. This is my first ever YouTube video. Since we are still in the month of May, and May is Water Safety Month, I decided to make my first video about drowning. I'm sharing my story that I was affected personally by, and some, I guess, facts and statistics afterwards to prevent. So, this is my story. It was the end of July, and I had moved in with my brother about an hour and a half south from where I was staying with my mother and my 2-year-old brother. So this is about 2 days later. I was at my grandmother's house. I was actually going to tell her that I was pregnant, and I was terrified because I knew that she would not approve. As soon as I got to my grandmother's house, I got a text from my brother. It was about between 10 and 11 in the morning. His text says there was an accident. And that I needed to come home to watch the kids because he needed to go to the hospital. So I got back. My grandmother met him at a gas station. He told me that he left the kids with my dad because we were all going. All I had known at this time that there was an accident with my little brother. That's all I knew. And that we needed to go to the hospital. The hospital was almost 2 hours away. Worst car ride of my life. It was awful. Awful, awful, awful car ride. So by this time, I was told that my little brother was found in the pool. So I started texting my sister on the way up, and to see what was happening. And I said, is everything okay? And she was like, no, it's not. And I was like, well, what's going on? Please tell me something. And she wouldn't respond, and I just knew. I just felt it. We got to the hospital, and there's like a hill going up to the hospital entrance, and I saw my sister. She was 8 months pregnant, sitting at the bottom of the hill crying. So when we got to the top of the hill, we got out of the car. My sister-in-law ran over and was like, is he okay? And my older sister just looked at me. And I just knew he was gone. He was at the babysitter's house. And somehow he got outside. Or somehow he was unattended and he loved swimming. He was found in the pool. He was 2.5 years old. He was so amazing. He was so smart and funny and just so not an average 2-year-old, and he brought so much joy to our family. Our family was so torn apart by his father, but his life just brought us all back together. Like we were never even torn apart in the first place. And once we were all back together, God called him home. Drowning is the #1 cause of death between kids ages 1 through 5. It happens so quick. It's quiet. There's no struggle. People think that, if someone's drowning, they'll hear it. But you can't. You're underwater. 54% of people don't even have the basic swimming ability to save themselves. And this means basic swimming ability, I believe, is jumping in the water feet first and being able to bring yourself to the top, treading water for 1 minute, swimming 20 feet, and removing yourself from the water without a ladder. 54% of people don't know how to do this. Everybody swims, mostly everybody swims, and 54% of people don't even know the basic water skills, and they're swimming with no life vest. Another thing is life vests. Life vests are very, very important. The proper life vest, having a wrong size or a life vest that's not U.S. Coast Guard approved, that can cause drowning. The little swimmy arm things, so dangerous, because if they slide down, they'll be on their wrists, so their wrists will be floating, but their head will be underwater. Life jackets that are too big, they can slip under, so the life jacket will be floating, but they're trapped under the water, stuck in the life jacket. Even if they're wearing life jackets, you still need to supervise children. Life jackets help them bring to the water, but they don't help them from drowning. If they're underwater long enough, just inhaling the water, they can drown hours later outside of the water if they ingest too much water. So there's drownings like that. Professional swimmers drowned. I mean, this is like a very, very, very real thing that nobody really pays attention to. Nobody really makes any changes, in my opinion, to prevent these drownings. And it's so, so, so crucial. Like, 10 people a day die from drowning. That's ridiculous. It can be prevented in so many ways, just with proper education.